Hey everyone, and welcome back. Get ready, because today we're going deep on Perplexity AI.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been trending like crazy lately, especially on X. People are saying it's going to be the next big thing in search.
And they might be right. It's definitely not your average search engine.
That's for sure.
I mean, you've used it, right?
Yeah.
What's your take?
I was blown away. Like, it's not just giving you links, it's actually answering your questions. Like
Mm.
you're having a conversation with, a super smart research assistant.
Right.
That's what's so cool about it. It combines traditional search with this really powerful conversational AI.
And that's where it gets really interesting. You're not just searching for information, you're actually understanding it.
Okay, so how does that work? I mean, what's the magic behind this thing?
Well, the magic is a lot of sophisticated tech working behind the scenes. Basically, Perplexity uses something called natural language processing, or NLP.
Oh, yeah, NLP, I've heard of that.
It's like a branch of AI that focuses on making computers understand human language. Uh-huh. So with Perplexity, you can ask your question in plain English like you'd ask a friend.
Makes sense.
And instead of just giving you a bunch of random links, it actually analyzes your question, pulls information from tons of different sources,
Whoa.
and then synthesizes it into a clear, concise answer.
All in real time. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. And the best part, it cites all its sources.
So no more endless scrolling through search results, trying to figure out what's credible and what's not.
Exactly. You get the information you need, and you know exactly where it came from.
And all of this is powered by AI.
Yep. AI is the heart of it all. And because of that, it's constantly learning and getting better.
Okay, so it sounds like Perplexity could be a game changer for researchers, students, anyone who needs to find information quickly and accurately.
Absolutely. And that's why it's been getting so much attention. People are realizing that this could be the future of how we access and understand information.
I'm curious, though, you mentioned all these sources.
Right.
How does it actually gather all this information? I mean, is it just scraping data from the web?
Ah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that's stirring up a bit of controversy.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, some people are raising concerns about copyright infringement,
Uh-huh.
Like, is Perplexity respecting the intellectual property rights of the content creators?
That's a good point. So we're talking about potential ethical issues with how this technology is being used.
Exactly. And it's a conversation we definitely need to have, especially as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Right, because while the benefits of something like Perplexity are obvious, it's fast, it's accurate, it's super convenient, we also need to consider the potential downsides.
Absolutely. Like with any new technology, there are going to be trade-offs.
Oh.
And it's up to us to figure out how to navigate those trade-offs responsibly.
It sounds like we're just at the beginning of this whole AI revolution, and there's a lot to unpack.
Oh, yeah, we're just scratching the surface. But it's exciting, isn't it?
It is. And it's a little bit scary, too, to be honest.
I get it. It's a lot to take in, but I think it's important to approach it with a sense of curiosity and, a willingness to learn and adapt.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because this technology isn't going away.
It's only going to get more powerful and more integrated into our lives.
Exactly. So the better we understand it, the better equipped we'll be to shape its future. And
Yeah.
that's the key, I think, right?
Yeah,
Finding that balance.
exactly.
Like embracing the good while also acknowledging, the potential downsides.
Right. So let's dive into those ethical concerns a bit more.
Okay.
When we're talking about data scraping, what are we really talking about?
Well, like we were saying, the main issue is copyright.
Right.
Is it legal for Perplexity to just pull all this information from the web without, permission or attribution?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's like, where's the line?
Exactly.
And are they crossing it?
It's tricky, right?
Yeah.
Because on one hand, you have this incredible technology that's making information so much more accessible.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you have to consider the rights of the people who created that information.
And it's not just about copyright, right?
Mhm.
There's also the issue of data privacy.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
But-
if Perplexity is scraping all this data from the web, what about personal information?
Right. That's a huge concern.
Like, are they protecting that data?
Yeah, and are they being transparent about how they're using it?
Big questions.
Definitely. These are things that, Perplexity and all these other AI companies are going to have to address.
So are there any, regulations around data scraping? Or is it kind of a Wild West out there?
Yeah, it's a bit of a gray area. I mean, there are some laws, but they're kind of vague and they haven't really caught up with the technology.
Okay, so it's kind of a developing area of law.
Exactly. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
So what are these companies doing to, like, address these concerns? Are they just ignoring them, or?
No, no. I mean, a lot of them are actually taking it pretty seriously. Like, they're implementing policies to make sure they're complying with copyright laws, anonymizing data, giving users more control over their information.
So they're trying to be responsible.
Yeah, they know that in the long run, being ethical is good for business.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
Because honestly, it's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff Perplexity can do,
right.
and forget about the ethical side of
What?
things.
Yeah, it's like it's so slick and user-friendly, you kind of forget that there's all this complex stuff happening behind the scenes.
Right, it's like magic.
Exactly. But we can't just ignore the fact that there are real people and real implications behind that magic.
So it's about being an informed consumer, right?
Totally.
Like understanding how these tools work and what the potential risks are.
Yeah. And making conscious choices about what we use and how we use it.
I feel like we've gotten pretty serious here.
We have.
But let's be real. Perplexity is fun.
It is. It's super fun. It's like having this all-knowing friend in your pocket who can answer any question you have.
And the best part is, like you said, it's constantly learning.
Right. The more people use it, the smarter it gets.
So, okay, what are some of the ways people are actually using Perplexity in their, daily lives?
Oh, man, all kinds of ways. I've seen students using it to, research papers, professionals staying up to date on, industry trends.
Makes sense.
Even just, everyday people who are, curious about something.
Like random facts.
Totally.
Right.
How many grains of sand are there on a beach?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Perplexity could actually answer that.
Oh, I'm sure it could.
But it's not just about finding information, right? It's about, understanding it in a deeper way.
Totally. And that's what sets Perplexity apart, I think. It's not just giving you a bunch of facts.
Yeah.
It's helping you to make sense of them.
Like connect the dots.
Exactly. And that's where the real power of this technology lies.
Okay, so big picture question here. What's the future of Perplexity?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, it's hard to say for sure, but I think we're just seeing the beginning.
Where do you think it's going?
I think we're going to see AI become even more integrated into our lives. Imagine a world where you have, personalized education powered by AI.
Oh.
Or, research that's streamlined and super efficient.
That would be wild.
Right. And who knows, maybe AI can even help us to be more creative.
I like that.
Spark new ideas.
So what does this all mean for, the average person?
Well, I think it means we have a lot of power at our fingertips.
Yeah.
But it also means we have a responsibility to use that power wisely.
Right. We need to think about the ethical implications of this technology.
Absolutely. And make sure it's used for good.
It's exciting, but it's also, a little bit daunting,
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. But I think if we approach it with, an open mind and a sense of responsibility, we can make sure that AI enhances our lives.
And doesn't, take over the world.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, this has been a fascinating dive into Perplexity.
It has.
I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah. There's so much more to explore.
Yeah.
But hopefully this has given our listeners a good overview of what Perplexity is all about.
For anyone listening who hasn't tried Perplexity yet, I definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, you really should.
It's super easy to use. You just go to the website, type in your question, and boom.
It's really that simple. Not accounts or downloads or anything.
I think that's what makes it so exciting.
Right.
It's not just for, techies.
Right.
Anyone can use it.
Totally.
And learn something new.
It's like democratizing knowledge.
I love that.
Right. Giving everyone access to this, incredible wealth of information.
It's like having a universal library at your fingertips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like we've been talking about, it's not just about access, it's about understanding.
Yeah.
Perplexity helps you to really engage with the information in a deeper way.
Because you're not just reading a bunch of stuff.
Right.
You're having a conversation with it.
Yeah, it's like having a back and forth.
And who knows what the future holds. I mean, AI is evolving so quickly.
It really is.
I bet we'll see even more amazing tools like Perplexity in the years to come.
I'm sure we will. Who knows what kind of crazy innovations are just around the corner.
It's mind-blowing, really.
It is. But, like we said, it's important to be mindful.
Oh, yeah.
About how we use this technology.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. But, it's a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Right. So it's up to us to make sure it's used for good.
Absolutely. To make the world a better place.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Perplexity AI.
It's been a good one.
Hopefully you learned something new today.
Yeah. And, maybe you're even feeling a little bit inspired to go out and try Perplexity for yourself.
And if you do, let us know what you think.
Yeah. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
You can find us on X or on our website.
Until next time.
Keep exploring.